I lean closer to my drafting table, adjusting the letter spacing on Aaron and Vanessa's engagement invitations, for the third time today. The afternoon sun spills across my desk, lighting up the shiny copper accents I added to the design. Perfect. Almost. My brother deserves nothing less. My phone buzzes against the wooden table, sliding dangerously close to my coffee mug. Aaron's name flashes on the screen, and without meaning to, I smile. The text reads: "Parties this weekend. The guest list is super tight. Hope you understand." I freeze, blinking at the words. Surely I read that wrong. My hand slips, and the brush pen falls, leaving a dark streak across the invitation sample. What? I whisper to the empty room. I reach for my phone, knocking my mug in the process. Coffee spills across my sketches, soaking through them, but I barely notice. My eyes land on the photo frame beside my workspace, Aaron in his military uniform, grinning proudly next to the 3 giant care packages I spent weeks putting together for him. The ones I stayed up all night packing so they'd arrive before the deadline. The ones filled with his favorite cookies, even though I had work early the next morning. The same packages he once said were a lifesaver during deployment. My hand trembles as I grab my phone again and dial Dad. He picks up after 4 rings, sounding distracted. "Naomi? Is everything okay?" "Dad," I start, trying to sound calm. "Aaron just texted me about some party this weekend, for his engagement." There's a pause. "It's just a little get-together, sweetheart," he says finally, sighing. "Nothing formal." "But I'm his sister," I say quietly. "And I've been working on their actual invitations all week." "Look, honey," he says in that dismissive tone I know too well. "It's a small thing at Vanessa's parents' lake house. Don't make a big deal out of it, okay? You know how your brother gets when people start making demands." When I make demands, he means. The words sting, even unspoken. "Right," I say softly, throat tight. "Of course." I hang up before he can hear the break in my voice. The afternoon light suddenly feels colder. I stare at the ruined designs, hours of unpaid work, for a brother who didn't even invite me to his pre-wedding party. My mind drifts back 6 months. The 3 a.m. call from Aaron in Germany, panicking because his bank card had been hacked. I didn't even think twice, just transferred him $2,000 from my savings. He still hasn't paid it back. Or the time Vanessa didn't like the professional engagement announcement they paid for, so I stayed up 3 nights redesigning one myself, missing my best friend Sandra's birthday dinner to meet their deadline. 18 months of sending care packages. Checking on Mom and Dad every week. Helping Vanessa move into their apartment before Aaron came home. Every time, I was there. My phone buzzes again. A new message. "Cynthia, my cousin just got the evite for M&B's party. Are you coming up to the lake this weekend?" My stomach drops. "Evite?" I whisper aloud. "What evite?" I type back quickly. 3 dots appear. Then disappear. Then reappear. Finally, she replies. "Oh, awkward. Thought you'd be there. It's at the Hendersons' lake house. Looks like everyone's going. Can you forward it to me?" I ask. A pause. Then finally, the notification appears. I opened it. A bright, cheerful nautical-themed invitation fills the screen. "Join us for a lakeside engagement celebration." The words blur before my eyes, but one thing stands out: this isn't some small get-together. The guest list scrolls on and on. 120+ guests. I recognize nearly every name: Aaron's coworkers, distant cousins, Vanessa's old school friends. Everyone. Except me. I called Dad again. He answers on the second ring this time, already sounding tired. "Your brother has his reasons, Naomi," he says before I can speak. "Maybe he thought you'd feel uncomfortable with so many people. You know how you get it." "How do I get it?" I whisper, stunned. Just respect his decision, he says. That's all I'm asking. When the call ends, I sit there for a long moment, staring at my laptop screen, at my savings account, my careful planning, and all the sacrifices I've made for this family. Then my eyes fall on another tab, the one I've kept open for months, a ski resort in Aspen. My dream vacation. The one I've always told myself I'd book someday. Someday, after Aaron's needs, after Vanessa's deadlines, after Dad's requests. Not anymore. I hover my cursor over the Book Now button. And I click. First class ticket. Mountain View Suite. 6-day stay. A confirmation email lands in my inbox. My heart races. I snap a photo of my passport beside my ticket confirmation and post it on Instagram with a caption. When you're not on the list, make your own. The airport feels different this time, lighter, like the air itself is giving me permission to breathe again. I roll my suitcase through the terminal, earbuds in, my playlist turned up just enough to drown out the noise. I'm not running away, at least, that's what I tell myself. I'm just choosing peace. When the plane takes off, I look out the window as the city lights shrink below. I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. For once, I'm not rushing to fix anything or anyone. No deadlines, no phone buzzing with urgent family requests. Just me, finally, just me. By the time we land in Aspen, the mountains look like something from a dream, covered in snow that glows under the early morning sun. The air is crisp and clean, biting at my nose as I step outside. I pull my coat tighter, smiling for no reason. Maybe for the first time in years, I feel alive. The driver who picks me up from the airport is friendly, the kind of man who talks in stories. He tells me about how people come here to find themselves, and I laugh softly, wondering if that's exactly what I'm doing too. When we reach the resort, it's breathtaking, wood and glass blending into the snowy landscape, like something out of an architecture magazine. Inside, the fireplace crackles, and the scent of cedar fills the air. The concierge smiles warmly when she hands me my room key. Mountain View Suite, right? She says. I nod. Yes. Good choice. You'll see the best sunrises from up there. She's right. The view from my balcony could make anyone believe in magic, endless white slopes, pine trees dusted with snow, the horizon painted with orange and pink. I stood there for a long time, watching the light change, feeling the cold air on my face. It feels like a reset button has been pressed inside me. That night, I soak in the hotel's hot tub, watching snowflakes melt on the surface. My body finally relaxes. No one's calling. No one's asking for favors. No one's making me feel guilty for wanting time to myself. The next morning, I decided to explore. I've never been skiing before, but the instructor, a kind woman named Lily, is patient and funny. She tells me to stop overthinking and just trust the movement. Lean into it, she says. I fell. A lot. But I laugh every time I do. Real laughter, the kind that shakes your shoulders and makes people turn to look at you. Later, over hot chocolate at the lodge, I scroll through social media. Aaron's engagement party photos are everywhere, smiling faces, champagne glasses, fairy lights reflecting in the lake. Vanessa looks perfect in her silver dress. Aaron's arm is around her, the same arm that once wrapped around me in a sibling hug after graduation. I stare for a while, waiting for the usual ache of exclusion to hit. But it doesn't. Instead, I smile faintly. Looks nice, I whisper, meaning it more than I expect. I close the app and look around the lounge, couples laughing, families playing board games, strangers sipping coffee by the fire. And then I see him, a man sitting alone by the window, sketching in a small notebook. He looks focused, completely lost in his work. Something about that quiet concentration feels familiar. He glances up and catches me looking. I quickly turn away, pretending to study the menu, but I can feel his gaze linger for a moment before returning to his sketch. Later, when I'm heading back to my room, I see him again in the hallway. He smiles politely. Hey, he says, voice warm. You were in the lounge earlier, right? I nod. Yeah. You draw? Architect, he says with a small grin. Well, trying to be. My lips curve into a smile before I can stop them. So am I, well, graphic designer. Or trying to be. We end up talking in the hallway for nearly an hour, about design, deadlines, coffee addiction, and the kind of exhaustion that comes from always saying yes to people. His name is Adrian. He's from Denver, taking a break after a rough project. It's weird, he says at one point, leaning against the wall, how easy it is to lose yourself doing everything for everyone else. Yeah. I reply softly. I know exactly what you mean. The next few days, we keep running into each other, breakfast, ski lessons, the lounge. By the third day, it didn't feel like a coincidence anymore. We share stories, jokes, quiet silences that feel oddly comfortable. There's no pressure, no pretending. Just two people who've both been tired for too long, finally breathing again. One evening, we sat outside near the fire pit, wrapped in blankets, watching snow fall. Adrian looks at me and says, "You look like someone who just remembered what peace feels like." I smile. Maybe I did. That night, I posted another photo, me on the balcony, bundled up, the mountains behind me glowing under the sunset. The caption reads, "Learning to choose myself doesn't mean I stopped loving them. It just means I finally love myself too." The flight home feels different, calm. I don't scroll through social media, don't replay old conversations in my head. I just watch the clouds and let the silence settle. For the first time in a long while, I'm not dreading what waits for me back home. When I land, the city feels smaller somehow, familiar but less heavy. I take a cab straight to my apartment, toss my bags down, and stand in the middle of my living room. Everything looks the same, but I feel different. Lighter. I walk to my drafting table, the same one where I'd spilled coffee and cried a few weeks ago, and smile. The stained paper is still there, wrinkled and brown. I trace my finger over it and whisper, "Thank you." Then I start cleaning. Not the kind of rushed cleaning I do before guests arrive, but something deeper. I toss out old sketches, dried up pens, empty coffee cups. I lit a candle. I open the window. Fresh air rushes in. The next morning, I wake up early, no alarm, no reason, just because I want to. I make myself a real breakfast, sit by the window, and watch the sun rise. It's quiet, peaceful, and mine. Halfway through my coffee, my phone buzzes. It's Aaron. For a moment, I just stare at his name on the screen. My stomach twists a little, but I answer anyway. "Hey," I say. He hesitates. "Hey, sis." It's the first time he's called me that in months. "Just wanted to, thank you," he continues. Vanessa showed me the designs for the official invites. They're amazing. Seriously. I smile faintly. Thanks. He clears his throat. Listen, I should have called earlier. About the lake party. Things got messy. Vanessa's parents wanted to keep it small, and Aaron, I interrupt gently. It's okay. He pauses. You sure? Yeah, I say, and I mean it. You don't owe me an explanation. I'm good. He exhales, sounding surprised. You sound different. I laugh softly. I am. We talk a bit longer, about work, about Dad, about random things. There's no tension, no hidden resentment. Just two siblings finding their rhythm again. Before he hangs up, he says, we're having a family dinner next weekend. Vanessa's parents, Mom, Dad, everyone. You'll come, right? I smile to myself. Yeah. I'll come. When I show up at the dinner next week, everyone's already there. Vanessa waves awkwardly when she sees me, clearly unsure of what to say. Aaron walks over and hugs me first, a real hug, not the half-hearted ones we used to share. glad you came, he says quietly. Me too, I reply. Dad gives me that long, searching look across the table, like he's trying to figure out what changed. I just smile and pour myself some wine. The dinner goes better than I expect, laughter, stories, even a few toasts. When Vanessa thanks everyone for being supportive, she looks at me directly. And thank you, Naomi, for the beautiful invitations. Everyone keeps complimenting them. I nod. I'm happy you liked them. Later that night, as everyone drifts into conversations, I step outside onto the patio. The air is cool, the sky full of stars. I breathe it in slowly, feeling the calm spread through me. My phone buzzes again. A message from Adrian. Adrian, back in Denver. Missing those mountain sunsets already. You? I smile. Me, back home. Missing the peace already. He sends a laughing emoji, then, keep it anyway. You earned it. I tuck the phone away and close my eyes for a moment. He's right. Peace isn't something the mountains gave me. It's something I chose, something I can carry wherever I go. I walk back inside. Aaron is telling a story about his deployment, Mom is laughing, Dad is teasing Vanessa about her cooking, and for the first time, I don't feel like an outsider looking in. I just feel present. Later, when I'm home again, I stand before my drafting table and start sketching something new, not for a client, not for family, but for myself. Shapes, colors, soft lines that remind me of snow and sunlight and the feeling of breathing freely. When I finish, I step back and look at it. It's simple. Calm. Honest. And for the first time in years, I whisper to myself. I'm enough. Weeks pass, but the peace stays. It's not loud or dramatic, it's quiet, steady, like background music I didn't realize I'd been missing. I go to work, come home, sketch, rest, and laugh more often than before. Sometimes I still think about everything that happened, the party, the hurt, the disappointment, but it doesn't sting anymore. It just feels distant. Like an old chapter I've already finished reading. My friends notice the change before I even talk about it. You seem lighter, Sandra says one afternoon over coffee. What happened to my overthinking, people-pleasing best friend? I smile. She took a vacation and didn't come back. We both laugh, but deep down, it's true. That night, I scroll through old photos on my phone, care packages, family dinners, endless designs I'd made for everyone but myself. Then I open the one I took in Aspen, me sitting on that snowy balcony, cheeks red from the cold, eyes soft but alive. I made it my new wallpaper. A reminder of who I became when I stopped begging to be seen. Sometimes, I still talk to Adrian. Not every day, not in a constant flurry of messages, just enough to know he's still out there, living, designing, laughing. And it's enough. What we shared didn't have to turn into something big or complicated. It was a moment of clarity, a reminder that connection can exist without chaos. One weekend, I visited my parents. Mom hugs me tighter than usual. Dad keeps studying me like he's trying to solve a puzzle. You seem different, he finally says. I am, I tell him, smiling. I just stopped waiting for people to give me permission to be happy. He blinks at me for a moment, then nods slowly. That's good, sweetheart. That's really good. Aaron pulls me aside before I leave. Hey, he says, rubbing the back of his neck. Listen, I know I wasn't the best brother lately. I just wanted to say. I see it now. How much you've done for everyone. I didn't say it enough, but thank you. His voice is soft, honest. I nod. You don't have to thank me, Aaron. Just, remember that love doesn't mean losing yourself in the process. He smiles faintly. Guess we both had some growing up to do. Yeah, I say, smiling back. I think we did. When I drive home that night, the sky is a soft mix of purple and gold, that magical in-between moment before sunset. I roll down my window, let the cool wind brush my face, and I laugh quietly to myself. Not because everything's perfect, but because I finally understand that it doesn't have to be. Later, I sit by my drafting table again, flipping open my sketchbook. On a blank page, I start to write, not a design, not a client brief, just words. Sometimes, losing an invitation is the best way to find yourself. I close the book and exhale. This is me now, not the one who waits to be chosen, but the one who chooses herself every day. And as the evening light fills my apartment, soft and golden, I realize something simple but powerful. I didn't need their permission to belong. I belonged to myself all along.